Hey guys, welcome back to whatever this is, and today it's all about Pokemon Gold. It's been 20 years since the North American release of Pokemon Gold and Silver. I prefer Gold out of the two, so these are the copies I own, and it's easily one of my favorite Pokemon games, without question, as they added in a lot of features that took years to show up in other Pokemon games. The one thing that always was weird to me was how long it took for the day and night cycle to come back. They managed to put it in this one and in Crystal, and they couldn't do it for Gen 3 for whatever reason. Don't know. But these were some of my favorites. The Pokemon designs were excellent. The show was still relatively okay at the time. The card game was really getting into its first era of, I think, being really, really good. The Neo Genesis era, which was when I played a ton of it. This game got me to go into the card game and just absolutely fall in love with Pokemon. At some point, I will do a video about my days of playing Pokemon. And this game was one of the big driving forces that got me into Pokemon. As the map was really big, they added in a lot of small features and a lot of small touches of quality of life. They added in the baby Pokemon. Breeding became a thing, so if your friend needed a Pokemon, you could just breed it for them. If it was legendary, too bad. And it was great. Like, it was so exciting during the launch, as I remember just grabbing the next Nintendo Power, waiting to hear some new information, see something brand new about it, as I was still getting my Nintendo Powers at the time. It was super exciting at the time. And the months leading in and getting closer, and then finally being able to get my hands on it. And I didn't get to buy it right away. I believe I had to wait a month because I had to get the money to buy it, and then convince my parents to drive me to the local EB Games in the mall and to actually pick it up. As I remember renting it from Blockbuster was my first experience with it. It came out. I begged to rent it. We rented it. I loved it. Traded all my Pokemon to my friend Tommy, which he still has never given me those Pokemon back, though considering the battery, yeah, they're probably dead. And then finally getting my own copy. I was very excited. I remember we finally drove. My mom had things to do there. She got it. I immediately just turned to her, asked her for the keys to the car, and I just sat in the car and played Pokemon until she was done whatever she needed to do. I was like, I'm in the car, I'm fine, let me be, just let me know what the time is because I need to set it in this game and it needs to be correct. As there were Pokemon you can only get during the day, night, and morning was a time frame they had, which was really annoying because it was only like a 3-hour span and it was stupid Ladybuzz. They were only available during that time. And with this game, to me, it kind of marked the last era of when I would get multiple people together to play Pokemon. As after that, I don't really remember doing it until way later, when the DS games were coming out. Specifically, Black and White was when my friends started doing this again. You couldn't get a group together of people to play Pokemon. Like Recess with Red and Blue, everyone would start trading. Gold and Silver, you saw a little bit of that, but there was only like 3 people that I remember I did that with. And you could just see the game falling off in popularity. And I couldn't get people back together the way we did playing it. Like, there was that one kid's house, Alex, I used to hang out with all the time. And we would do it at his house. And then when Gold and Silver came out, we did it a little bit, but nowhere near as much. And then it all kind of it fell off. And one way I always point out the fall off of Pokemon was with the release of Pokemon Crystal. Now, granted, this is one of the best OG Pokemon games, easily. The weird part with it is I can distinctly tell you that there was a massive fall-off in popularity between these two. There was a lot more hype from, I remember, a lot of my friends at the time to when this came out. It was just me. I had a few people I could play with, but they were mainly through the Pokemon leagues that I went to, mainly the one I went to that I used to help run. Because we were playing the card game, we would also play the games, and then we would just kind of trade, but no one was hardcore into battling each other. We would just use it to help each other complete each other's Pokedexes or do the mystery gifts with each other. It was great. And the interactiveness of Pokemon, especially with Gold and Silver, they really tried to amp it up. And it all just kind of just fell. It kind of fell to the wayside, and it fell again. And you can see that with Pokemon Crystal. Just look at its sales. It was 6 million copies versus 23 million copies. So 23, 6. Which is a shame, because this game was excellent. Very, very excellent. It just took everything here and just like, let's amp it to 10. And you could see it just fall off, and it being like the last time I remember before Pokemon really came back in the DS era, where people were very passionate about it, where then it kind of became this quiet thing that everyone played. I guess the modern equivalent could be Minecraft? Where, like, everyone loved it, then nobody talked about it, it was still kind of okay, and then it was okay to play it, and now it seems to be popular again. I mean, that's cool, because Minecraft's a good time from what I hear. Not my bag, but I hear it's a good time. And even recently, I'm still kind of grabbing stuff for this game. I just recently managed to find a decent-looking strategy guide. This was off the Facebook Marketplace. I got very lucky. Very good price on it. And that's kind of what I want to talk about with Gold. To me, it was the catalyst for me to ensure that I stayed a fan for the rest of my days. It's very important to me, as you could see the change from what Pokemon began to the fad kind of ending, and then it becoming this long-term franchise that we all love and know today. And if you are ever going to get a chance to play it, and I recommend this with a very large asterisk, try and get your hands on the Heart Gold, Soul Silver releases. These are the definitive ways to play it. This is the way I generally go for it. If I'm feeling the kick to just play Gen 2, or if I'm feeling really spicy, I'll pop in Crystal or Gold. I like Gold a bit more, or I like Crystal the most, but I like Gold, like, it has this one thing that I like more than the other one. It has Mareeps. I really like Mareeps. They're fluffy, they're cute, they're fluffy. And the last way to pick up these games I would recommend through is the Virtual Console and the 3DS. If you still have your 3DS functioning, it's like $12 Canadian. I think it's cheaper American, obviously. And you'll have a good time with it. And you can play it that way, and you can do everything wirelessly that you could do with these games with the cables and the infrared. And these games are perfect as they expand the lore, quality of life. Especially this one, this was like Pokemon Online in Japan only. It sucked. It wasn't until that Virtual Console release of Crystal did they finally let you do all the online stuff with Celebi, and they just put it into the game. It's there now. Thank you, Nintendo. It only took you a couple years, but you done it. But alright, guys. Hopefully, in my mad ramblings of Pokemon Gold, you hopefully found something of enjoyment here. As I know, I could talk about the games themselves, but I think it's Pokemon. Everyone kind of knows how they work. You catch them, you train them, you fight them, you get the badges, you beat the game. And then you collect them all. But it's one of my favorite franchises. These are the ones I look to when someone's like, what is the premium Pokemon game? That is Gold, because not only do you get 8 badges, you get 16 badges, because Gold is just that awesome of a trainer. And on a random side note, if you ever get the chance, the Pokemon Adventure mangas, especially for Gold and Silver, are really, really cool, as they actually kind of combine both casts of the original and the Gold and Silver franchise and kind of mingle the story a little bit. I'd say check them out if you're a bit of a manga reader. So guys, that's it for this week's episode. I just rambled on about Pokemon Gold and Silver, specifically Gold, because that's the best version. Fight me. Sorry guys, take care. Have a good one.